As a land-grant institution, the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign has a responsibility to acknowledge the historical context in which it exists. In order to remind ourselves and our community, we begin with this statement. We are currently on the lands of the Peoria, Kaskaskia, Piankashaw, Weah, Miami, Mascoutin, Odawa, Sauk, Meskwaki, Kickapoo, Potawatomi, Ojibwe, and Chickasaw nations. It is necessary for us to acknowledge these Native nations and for us to work with them as we move forward as an institution. Over the next 150 years, we will be a vibrant community inclusive of all our differences, with Native peoples at the core of our efforts.
Hi from Champaign, Illinois, and the campus of the University of Illinois. My name is Jen Dillavou. I'm president of the University of Illinois Alumni Association, and I'm very proud to be with you tonight as we live stream this year's homecoming parade. And joining me is a member of the Alumni Association's Board of Directors, Jim Schlueter, class of '80 from the College of Media. Jim, what do you think?
Well, Jen, it's always great to be an Illini 365 days out of the year, but it's especially great to be an Illini at homecoming week. It's been a wonderful week so far. There's a lot more good things to do, and it's buzzing here tonight. And I can't wait to see the parade and all the other fun we're going to have this evening.
I know, we've got a lot going on. And with joining us in live streaming the parade is Andrea Darlas, the media darling of Chicago, Illinois. So Andrea, she's got a special guest she's going to interview. So Andrea, I'll throw it over to you to talk with Barry Benson, Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement.
Thank you so much, Jen and Jim. Welcome to our homecoming celebration. As Jen said, we have Barry Benson here, and this is a very special day for the advancement community, for the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and the With Illinois campaign. Tell us about the big celebration tonight, Barry, and what it means to you.
Yeah, Andrea, we've got a lot of things going on today. So we're celebrating the 87th annual Foundation Weekend, and then we've got Homecoming Weekend, and then we've got the With Illinois celebration, where we're celebrating $2.7 billion in terms of funds raised on behalf of the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. So we've got a lot going on. We've got hot air balloons, we've got drone shows, we've had over 30 events throughout the day, and certainly the culmination is a victory over Minnesota tomorrow for a homecoming game. So a lot to look forward to, not only tonight, but tomorrow as well.
Absolutely, and meeting and exceeding the With Illinois campaign goal congratulations for that. What a feat. During COVID, it is a testament to our alums and this university and your advancement community.
Well, I appreciate that. You're a large part of that, as well as Jen and the Alumni Association, as well as the foundation. We've received I'm a fundraiser, so I'm going to round up a little bit. So 700,000 gifts from 200,000 donors in over 70 countries, all 50 states. So it's really been an inclusive effort, and that's a testament to the passion of our donors and our alumni, and certainly the faculty, staff, and students that comprise the University of Illinois. So a lot to be proud of.
Well, it's going to be a great party tonight, Barry. Thank you for everything, and we'll see you over there.
All right. Thanks, Andrea.
Thanks, Barry. I will send it back to Jen and Jim.
Thanks, Andrea. Jim, this is our 112th homecoming celebration here at Illinois. We believe that we started homecoming here at the University of Illinois. Wisconsin likes to say they did, but we beat them out by a couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah, we believe it, and that's the way it is. And it could be a little bit of a matter of semantics, but there's so many things that were firsts at Illinois. It only makes sense that homecoming is first here as well. And there's a little bit of history that'll be rolling through in the parade. It's a throwback to a lot of wonderful things that have happened over the years at the university, in addition to the wonderful way to look forward. And the way we've celebrated both homecoming and our foundation weekend this weekend really shows that the past leads to a wonderful present and even a better future at a place like the University of Illinois.
It's very, very true. It's been a great week. I mean, things kicked off this past Sunday with the traditional homecoming 5K race and the dyeing of the fountain at Alice Campbell Alumni Center. We started dyeing the fountain there orange about 5 years ago, and it carried on throughout the week. We had an international talent show. We had an international trivia night at Alice Campbell. Student alumni ambassadors invited comeback guests that they interviewed. We had a panel discussion with, oh, here comes the keg. How about that? Another
homecoming tradition.
Homecoming
Yes, indeed.
tradition. You can bring it over here. But it's just been a great week. I mean, the kids have really embraced it. The student alumni ambassadors, Greek Support Homecoming, Illini Union Board. The homecoming planning committee is comprised of folks from all those different groups, as well as people from the Champaign-Urbana community. And I think that's the other thing that we've done in the last couple of years is we've really taken homecoming out to the community. And things will continue after the game tomorrow in downtown Champaign. So after we beat those pesky Gophers, we'll be taking the party downtown.
Yeah, the community outreach has just been incredible. And we have another guest that Andrea's lined up, a very, very special friend of ours. Go for it, Andrea.
Thank you so much, Jim. We have the Director of Public Affairs, the Vice Chancellor for, I know, I always give you a promotion, Robin Kaler, synonymous with the University of Illinois. We have some great events this year, and why don't you explain what's going on behind us?
So behind us, well, it was supposed to be balloon rides, tethered balloon rides, but apparently we're having more winds than we've ever had before around here, and so we have one balloon up now so people can get a few pictures, and then we have a balloon basket you can stand in and actually turn on the fire.
Right. We did that. We took advantage of
and
that.
we both still have our eyebrows in our hair. So
Right.
it's very safe. There are professionals helping you, and so it's really fun. Yeah.
Robin, you've been with this university 30 plus
33
years now.
years, yes,
33 years.
Yeah.
Every
Not
year.
counting going to school.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
both your daughters went here. They were part of the marching Illini.
Cheerleader.
Cheerleaders.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cheerleaders. Yeah.
I'm just
Close
promoting
enough, close
everybody
enough.
today.
That's right. It's all good.
This is such a special time of year. Every year, do you just get that special feeling?
Yeah, it's
Every the start of the week.
It's always fun to work on a college campus, right? Because it's vibrant. There are young people. Everybody's learning things. It's really fun. But homecoming is a very special thing, and it's wonderful because I get to see friends like you from the past.
Right.
Too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for not saying for like 30 plus years ago, and we have to give a shout out to Chancellor Jones, the coolest chancellor in the country. He is just a rock star to work for.
He is the best. His vision is amazing. His commitment, his drive, his passion, his dedication. It is an honor to work for him, and he's doing amazing things. So
He absolutely.
we just need him to not leave. So,
Ever. He can never leave. We'll tell him this tonight at the party.
Right. You're trapped. Yeah.
Robin, thank you so much. Have fun. We'll see you in a little bit.
You too.
Take care. Back to you, Jen and Jim.
Thanks, Andrea. So last evening, we had the opportunity to honor some really incredible alumni at the annual awards gala, and you were there, Jim. Thoughts about the folks that we honored?
Well, every year it just keeps getting better and better, and I think that's a recurring theme with the things we've been doing at homecoming. But it has just been wonderful to see those alums, and it gives you a feeling of being both proud and humble at the same time to know that you've gone to a university that has this kind of power in the alumni and what they've done in a wide range of areas and a wide demographic of people. We had an alum who graduated from this university in 1960 and was a major player in policy around the test ban treaty and nuclear disarmament with the Soviet Union, right up to graduates in the teens who are making a real difference in our lives, both in terms of health and safety related to the pandemic, and also in the arts and understanding of one another as a people that we can all live together. When you see all that and it comes from the University of Illinois and it's all in one place, as I said, it's something to be very proud of, but also wonderfully humbled by.
It's true. And I'm going to put a shameless plug out there. You are, as alumni, as friends of the institution, you are welcome to nominate individuals for recognition. And I urge you to go to the Alumni Association website, look at the different award categories. And if you know, and I'm sure you do, individuals worthy of recognition, please consider nominating them for the 2023 Alumni Awards, because they'll be here before you know it.
Yep. And Andrew's got another guest who's stopped by to join us. He has assured us this morning that he is pulling all the way for the Illini tomorrow at the big football game. But Andrea, why don't you take it?
All right. They're saying you're promising us a victory. We have Chancellor Robert Jones here with us, and I was going to ask you that at the very end, but as long as Jim kind of posed the question, are we predicting an Illini victory tomorrow for homecoming?
Absolutely. It's already consider it done.
There you go. Enough said. Chancellor, congratulations. This is going to culminate tonight with a big party and celebration. The With Illinois campaign, under your leadership, not only meeting but exceeding the goal that you set, Chancellor.
Yes. Well, I can tell you this is clearly one of the biggest celebrations, I think, in the history of this university. Not only celebrating homecoming and foundation weekend, but the big celebration of us not only achieving but exceeding the most ambitious fundraising goal in the history of this university. We set a goal of $2.25 billion, and some people said that was impossible, that we wouldn't do it, and we couldn't do it in 5 years, and they were partially right. We didn't do it in 5 years, we did it in 4 years. And so we could not be more proud of what we've been able to do, more proud of the fact that this really does send a very strong message about how our alums and those that support this university care deeply. And to really raise that kind of money in any time period is historic. But to raise it during the midst of a global pandemic really is a historic event, and we couldn't be more proud that our folks are willing to invest in the future of excellence at the University of Illinois.
Absolutely, Chancellor. And you and your staff and the students have to be given a big pat on the back. You kept the university open during COVID and took the opportunity to create the Shield test and the rapid vent. There were so many great things that came out of the university under your leadership during this global pandemic.
Well, it goes to show that we really do think we demonstrated the land-grant mission in the midst of a crisis, that we created the most sensitive, most innovative COVID-19 test, saliva-based test, and entire ecosystem that allowed us to come back to face-to-face instruction after about 4.5, 6 months of being shut down, and to stay face-to-face, unlike many of our peers that had to shut down and starts and stops. And it's because of the innovation that we brought to the table to create this test with the main goal of keeping our university safe, but then we leveraged it with the support of the University of Illinois system to provide it across the state of Illinois, across the nation, and actually across the world. Somewhere around 10 million tests that have been done since July of 2020. So it was a game changer. So I think it just goes to show that if we do that kind of innovation in the midst of a crisis, just think that we can do what we can do when we're not under that kind of pressure. But we saved lives, and we kept our university up and running and kept people safe, and that's what it was all about.
It's a very special week, too. Homecoming, of course, here, our 121st homecoming, your 7th, going into your 7th year as Chancellor. Is it always very special to you this week, Chancellor?
This is always a special week because homecoming is just that. It's an opportunity for people that come back on a regular basis to come back once again. But perhaps more importantly, it's the one time a year where alums that maybe live far away do have a chance to come back and reminisce and to see how much the university has changed and to reconnect with people that were part of their experience at this university. And so it is a big deal as well.
Well, I know you have a line of students. You always have a line when you stroll the campus with a selfie with the Chancellor. You have a line back there waiting for you. I know that's very important for you to mingle and meet with the students. You do it every day.
I do it every day as part of the job, as part that I enjoy.
And we get a win, right? You
Absolutely.
guaranteed us a win
That's
tomorrow,
right.
Chancellor.
Go Fight, win.
Thank you, Chancellor Jones. We'll send it back to you, Jen and Jim.
You.
Thanks, Chancellor.
Thanks, Andrea. You know, Chancellor Jones has done a remarkable job for the institution. I mean, and not just during the pandemic when we really had to, it's kind of a hackneyed word now, when we had to pivot and look at the delivery of education in a completely different manner. But his form of leadership is just, it's really extraordinary. And I tell you, in my time that I've been around Illinois, I haven't known a chancellor to be as popular as Chancellor Jones since probably John Cribbett.
No, I agree with you, Jen. His ability to draw the students to himself, and not just to himself, but to the university, he really he showed us a lot the first few years he was here of that kind of leadership and that kind of stability and the vision he had with that stability. But his leadership through the pandemic and through all we've done, both on the innovation side, but also in keeping our university together, keeping the students and faculty and staff together, has been brilliant. For alumni like us to watch from afar what he's done has just been wonderful, and to see him here at this wonderful homecoming with. While we've been doing these interviews, a balloon has been inflated over here, and the beautiful trees and this homecoming that we can celebrate this.
Yeah.
It's just great to see him here. He's meant a lot to this university.
Well, you and I are about the same age. You're class of 80, I'm class of 82. And just to be very candid, I think there were a lot of years there that I was away from the university, but I looked back and was very concerned about the revolving door of leadership here. It seemed like there were a lot of chancellors cycling through, a lot of presidents cycling through. And I think the university is really benefiting from the continuity of leadership with Chancellor Jones and with his cabinet.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I agree with you completely, Jen. And yes, I remember the days of Stan Eikenberry and John Cribbett,
Right.
and those great leaders that they were. And if you're a university, you know, you have to have that stability at the top to make all the good things happen. It's so hard, no matter what kind of plans and wonderful strategies and ideas you have, if you're not sure who your leadership is and what's the latest thing going on there. And you're right, we've had a lot of them, but we've had Tim Killeen and Robert Jones for a wonderful period of time.
Yeah.
And you see the plans and the dreams and schemes that they have. There's a lot to be optimistic about. There's a lot to be excited about of how we're going to continue our leadership into the next 10 years. And we certainly have been fired up and put on a really great trajectory with the With Illinois campaign that's wrapped up this weekend. And just showing what this university means to the people who've been behind this With Illinois campaign. And you're right. We've had great leadership from the top. But then that level below of the leadership that's been here that made these things happen, it's been wonderful to see and wonderful to celebrate.
Well, of course, part of homecoming weekend is the homecoming football game, and I think we are in complete agreement that some of the outstanding leadership that we're benefiting from has translated into some winning athletic programs and the leadership of Josh Whitman.
Well, he's another great example of what happens when you bring someone in, someone joins us who is incredibly good at what they do, but then really understands the university.
Yeah.
And big organizations have their own cultures, their own kind of code of how they operate, and we're no different at Illinois.
Right.
And Josh being one of us,
Right.
and a great, not only a great football player, but a great student. And all he did on the academic side and in his growth side, that when he came here, he was ready to do some great work, and he's done it. And we're seeing the fruits of that.
Yeah.
And we hope beyond hope that tomorrow's another great day, knowing that things, you never know what's going to happen on a football field. But the direction we've had, they've had a big day today as well, and some big announcements this past week. They're on a roll with the With Illinois campaign, just like the rest of the university.
They sure are.
And they're really making a difference. And it is a fact of life at the Alumni Association with you and with us and with the foundation. Winning athletic programs are helpful.
They certainly don't hurt. I mean, they're not the be all end all. There are many, many, many rooms in the house that is a university,
Yes.
but they're a beautiful front door to move people into the house.
Exactly.
And help them explore all the rooms and hallways that are present.
Hey, Andrea's got somebody else lined up. Look who's over there. Go for it, Andrea.
Thank you, Jim. I have one of Jen's colleagues here, Vice President of Membership and Marketing for the University of Illinois Alumni Association, Christy Moss. What a wonderful celebration we have planned here tonight. Grange Grove is hopping. Tell us about some of the activities that we can see today.
Oh, goodness. So you can see kind of right over here behind us, we've actually got a hot air balloon that's kind of going up. We're going to have some music over here in Grange Grove. We're going to have a really celebratory environment. We've got food trucks coming. We've also got inflatables and other games for the kids. And we're going to kick it off with we're going to end the night with a sky show.
The drone?
For 8 p.m. Yes.
Oh, I heard
night.
about that.
Yeah.
You know, and you and Jen and David Bambry, your colleagues, they plan year round. This is, you know, at the end of this week, you'll start planning for next year. So you guys are nonstop. So all of this is the culmination of all of your hard work. You have to be so proud of everything that's happening tonight.
Absolutely, and we're also celebrating kind of the With Illinois homecoming, or With Illinois campaign closing and homecoming all together. And it looks like right behind us, Andrea, they've just opened the gates to Grange Grove.
We are ready to
I think
go.
we're ready to kick that party off.
Yes, and the parade's about to start. And before we send it back to Jen and Jim, we have to show Christy Moss's adorable boots. She is an absolute Illini fit. You look stunning.
Through and through.
Through and through. Absolutely. It's like the Oscars. What are you wearing? The Illini Oscars, right, Jen?
Right.
Thank you so much, Chris.
You're welcome. I.
We'll send it back to Jen and Jim.
We'll take it back from Andrea on the orange carpet out there. One of the individuals that we honored last night was Gene Honda, the voice of the Blackhawks and the White Sox and stadium announcer for the Illini. And he's also going to be the Grand Marshal of the parade today.
And if you can find a bigger and better ambassador for the University of Illinois, I don't know who it is. Yes, Gene's been a good friend for a long time. Jen and I remember when he was on the radio waves down here in Champaign, and to see his career go forward the way it did, it's just been wonderful to see. And of course, what you love to see with alums, and we're all that way. You don't forget where you came from, and Gene truly remembers where he came from and what this place means to him. So as much fun as he is to be around, as many places he's been. As I was telling folks, when I went to the Maui Invitational, we saved up our pennies to go watch the basketball team play at the Maui Invitational 3 or 4 years ago. Who's the public address announcer for the game? It's Gene Honda. The man is everywhere.
He is everywhere.
And he takes Illinois with him everywhere he goes. It's been great to see him this week as well.
So now, were you guys in school together at the same time?
I was a little bit ahead of him.
Okay.
And we didn't have classes together because he was more on the engineering side.
That's right.
And I was on the journalism side. But I was on the Daily Illini, and he was at PGU. And through those wonderful outlets that we belonged to, we knew each other. And I was fortunate enough to cover some Illinois stuff as well. Hey, we've got a parade coming.
Hey, how about that?
Oh.
We've got the color guard.
Yes, we have the color guard. We have the ROTC.
There's nothing.
And here we have the Air Force ROTC. And this kind of gets to that history thing, Jan. You know, it was really interesting that because of the engineering capabilities that the university had, the Air Army Corps back in the 20s established an Air Corps, an air division for the ROTC here. And so when the Air Force was actually established, the Department of the Air Force in 1949, Illinois was one of the first
Is
universities to have an Air Force ROTC detachment here. So we go, thanks to our engineering at this place, we are rock solid in our history on the ROTC side of our campus. It's a big deal and it means a lot.
It's really interesting, Jim. Okay, we're going to throw it back to Andrea Darlas now, who has a fan over there that she's going to interview. So,
Jen and Jim, we want to introduce everybody to August Schiss, who is the Director of Social Media for the Department of Public Affairs for the U of I. Everything you see on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, August is responsible for. And you've done such a wonderful job at putting the U of I all over social.
It's a fun job. This is one of the best weeks of the year because we get to share a lot of amazing content from Sunday through tomorrow. So it's a great time.
Well, enjoy. Have fun.
All right.
Thanks, August.
did his car break down?
Gene looked like he was doing a good job of throwing candy or something out there to make sure people.
I don't know what was going on, Jim, except his car was getting pushed. I don't know if it broke down somewhere along the route or what, but
he was still smiling and laughing. We have here a beautiful orange and blue fire engine from the Illinois Fire Service Institute, and you talk about a great leader in the fire service education world. They're really state-of-the-art leaders in teaching, and it's great to see them here. They teach they have about 60,000 students a year go through that institute.
Is that right?
Yeah, they're as big as they get in the country. There are so many things at this university that they're the best at what they do. It, like I said, it gets back to that proud and humbling part.
Who have we got coming up now, Jim?
We have perhaps my favorite. It's the Alumni Marching Illini, Jen.
It's the Illinettes?
No, this is the alums. Yes,
Okay.
these are Linettes. It's the Alumni Band. We can only imagine what they all looked like when they were students here.
They look pretty good now, I gotta say.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do, and I don't think they ever have to rehearse Illinois loyalty very much.
No, I don't think they do either, and they certainly are hands down one of the more popular entries in the parade. So it's great to see everybody. They still know the routine.
Yes, they do. And you know, Jen, when I was here, I think you too, when I would see them practice on the southern quad or any big grassy area, I just remember the tube socks up to their knees and the cut-off jeans and a lot of curly hairdos.
We'll stop a minute and let everybody listen to the band. They sound great. What do you know about that drum, Jim?
I don't know too much about it other than I love to see it at homecoming.
Yeah.
Janita, how are you?
I'm so excited. This is so amazing. I love homecoming.
Oh, this is awesome. Tell us about what this day means to you.
Oh, it means pride, tradition, honor, and a win.
Who do you have with you, Dr. Brown?
I have my daughter, Sarah. Say hi.
Thank you, Danita.
We've got the Greeks who support homecoming. They're in charge of the parade.
And a lot of other things too, don't
Yeah.
they? They really work hard to make this thing happen.
They do.
Then I think coming up is the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. 85,000 members worldwide, all those smart engineering kids we know in a great organization that helps them apply their skills, see job opportunities, get a lot of job coaching and insights in community. It's a great group. And you can't beat a little mechanization over there for the Gophers.
No, not at all. They're taking the Gophers to task, that's for sure. We've got some members of Homecoming Court. They've been around quite a bit this week, participating in various activities.
McKinley Health Center.
Who among us?
Yes. Yes, indeed.
Didn't pass through the doors. We're going to kick it back to Andrea Darlas now.
We have some Illini fans in the crowd here. So are you guys having a good time?
Yes, ma'am. I am.
Tell me what you like most about this year's festivities.
Really, I like these little homecoming things that they're doing, all the little fun games out there and everything.
They got a lot of good. They got food trucks this year and bean bags. Are you guys going to take advantage of that?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
You guys are the best. Tell me your names.
Marshonna Floyd.
Ryan Gordon.
Can I get an ILL?
ILL.
Yes, I. We'll send it back to you, Jen and Jim. Nice.
Thanks. Got some wonderful fans out there. It's great to see all the kids out tonight.
We've got some great movement coming up, Jan. Illini in Motion, a student dance team, all student run, choreographic team comprised of about 20 or 30 students in a variety of majors and hobbies with a common love of dance. And they do all kinds of dance styles, so we'll see what they bring to us here.
One of the many registered student orgs on campus. I think we actually have over 1,000 registered student organizations on campus. There truly is something for everybody here.
And what a great way at a huge university to meet a group of friends and community. I get asked that a lot. What's it like to go to a school that's so huge? And you find your own community here.
Your own community.
And then you branch out, and then you realize you're part of something bigger.
Yep.
But you can find your team, you can find your home. Beautiful.
Yeah, they're doing a great job, aren't they?
I think Andrea wants to get in there with them. Bust?
Go
no,
on, Andrea.
no,
I don't know.
Andrea's not busting any moves.
I'd pull a hamstring just watching them.
We don't need any more Illinois injuries before the big game, Andrea. All right.
Maybe a couple homecomings back, you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know, though.
Well played.
Some orange and blue to bring up the rear of the dance team.
There you go. There you go. It's wonderful. Oh yeah, here we go.
Okay,
Champaign County Fair Queen. Yes, indeed. A University of Illinois student from St. Joseph and an Alpha Gamma Delta.
Is she really?
Yes, she is.
Oh, I'll be. I'll put in a shameless plug for Alpha Gams. I was an Alpha Gam when I was here.
And there you go. And followed by our Delta Beta chapter of Phi Mu here at Illinois. And that's another thing about our Greek system. They go back so far.
They do.
Phi Mu was founded in 1852 at Wesleyan College in Macon, Georgia. And you think about these sororities started before there was women could vote.
Yeah.
Before a lot of things that allowed them to have that kind of community and support for one another, and they've been through what they've been through. You start thinking about that too long, you know how special these sororities are.
No, it's true.
Now here comes one of my favorites, Jen. This is the Illini Solar Car.
Yep.
And when you think of what these guys do and what they have to put together to make this car work, although they're working a little bit to get over the bump in the road, but there it goes.
There it goes.
And that car competes in a race of that has two sections to it, and one of them is a 1,500-mile journey race from this year is going to be from Missouri through the Oregon Trail out to Twin Falls, Idaho.
Wow.
And so how are they gonna do that with a solar car like that? It's amazing what these engineering kids can do.
They're incredible. I mean, engineering has always been one of the jewels in the crown of the University of Illinois.
And here's our first group of our homecoming court. Mark Cruz and Alex Johannes, and then Kaya Bernard and Hannah Caraway.
These kids have been so busy this week. Everywhere they've been, everywhere there's been a homecoming activity, the homecoming court has been.
And coming up are our alumni
award
Here's
winners.
our award winners.
There you go.
That's an all-star lineup in there.
That is an all-star lineup. We've got Mike Ross from the Krannert Center for the Performing Arts leading ILL. I tell you, this has been a really good group of award winners this year.
Unbelievable. Alpha Phi has joined us. We have the Beta Alpha chapter here. And then the United Greek Council, another great council, right, Jen, that really contributes to the diversity and inclusion of our Greek system. It's a big deal.
I don't know if we still have, but at one time we had the largest Greek system in the country.
We did.
And what's a parade without some political candidates?
Exactly right. It's as American as apple pie and Don McLean, right?
And orange and blue.
Yeah, and orange and blue. You know, Jen, we're going to hold this weather off. You know, we're going to be just fine.
Yeah, I think we are.
But every once in a while, we get a little gust of wind just for it to remind us that it's here.
That it's here and that it's central Illinois.
But so far, so good. It's still looking great.
Tomorrow, I think at Kick, it's supposed to be 55 degrees.
Now you're talking.
And sunny.
And sunny.
So perfect football weather.
Excellent. That's what we want for a game to beat Gophers with.
So, Jim, have you given any thought to what bowl game you think we're going to go to? Because I think it's, I mean, we'll be bowl eligible with just one more win.
I know. I try to do the old coach cliche, Jen. I'm not going to go look past the next game. It's a lot safer that way.
Well,
I learned from
true.
Coach B.
Oh, and here's Gene Honda's fraternity triangle.
Now that's a float. What is a float? Excellent group. That's the gang from Triangle, also known as Gene Honda's fraternity.
There you go.
So you can tell, can't you?
Yep.
You can really tell.
I think Gene could have used some of those guys pushing his car a little
Yeah,
bit.
exactly. Exactly right. Hey, you know Heartland Coca-Cola, I looked them up, Jen.
Oh,
but we're going to go over to Andrea.
We're
Excellent.
going to go over to Andrea right now.
Wow, how about this Coca-Cola truck? Boy, if anybody's thirsty, I'll tell you, this is the place to be. I have to introduce you guys to a couple of girls. I think they've caught every piece of candy. They wanted to be on TV. They had a very special message. We're going to cross over the parade right here. Hey, girls, I know you wanted to say a big ILL to everybody at home. How much candy have you guys gotten so far?
Not a lot.
I told everybody you'd gotten every piece of candy that fell. All right, so on the count of three, why don't you say hi to all your friends? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hi! Are we on TV?
Happy homecoming. We'll throw it back to you guys.
Andrea's having some real fun
I know.
at the parade
I tell
now.
you what, she, we aren't paying her anything, but she's earning her paycheck.
We knew it was a matter of time, didn't we? A matter of time before she was over there really having fun with a lot of people.
She may be up in the balloon before long.
Exactly right.
Oh, here we go. Always a crowd favorite, Jim.
Yeah, you know, these, besides having a lot of fun, like they always do, they do a lot of wonderful things. These Shriners do a lot of wonderful things for a lot of needy people.
They sure do.
And they've been an inspiration for a long, long time. And to see them here means a lot. It means a lot to a lot of folks.
Yeah. I would go so far as to say some people come out to the parade just to see these guys. Oh.
I guess they don't want the Triangle Boys showing them up. They still got something in them. God love them. They still got something in them.
Popping a few wheelies there.
Sigma Phi Delta, another, it's an international fraternity, social fraternity. Another one to help advance the engineering profession and foster brotherhood in that profession. And they were founded here in 1928. Been a staple of Greek life ever since. They're located right across from what we used to call the MRH or the Six Pack, and now it's Eikenberry Commons.
Yes.
We go back far enough. We call it MRH,
Yep.
but just to show where we come from.
And it looks like they've got a float with Alma.
We love the floats that keep that tradition alive of predicting what's going to happen at the homecoming football game.
Yeah, no kidding.
There you go, Beat.
Did we have McDonald's on campus? We did. We had one.
We
I
had
think
one.
on Campus Town, maybe?
Yep, we had one.
Back in those days?
Well, we got Ronald wearing an Illinois jersey.
Well, he should.
Absolutely.
Looking good. He rocks orange and blue rather well.
He does. Of course, we're of the era of Garcia's on Wright Street.
Yeah, there you go. Those were the days. Hey, here's the Panhellenic Council. It's great to see them. Great to see what all they do for us at the university as well, right?
I think we're going to kick it back to Andrea now. I think she's got another interview going. She is hustling.
Kappa Gamma here, live on YouTube. Give it up for the Kappa Gamma. Yeah! Rush Kappa! What does it mean to you girls to be marching?
We love supporting everyone, and we love our alumni.
How about an ILL?
And ILL!
Yeah! Thanks, Kappas!
She was chasing those fine women with the Panhellenic Council. Maybe she was asking for pointers or giving some. I'm not sure which.
She's a true journalist. She's going to go after the story, whatever it takes. We have another candidate for office coming through.
And smartly showing colors of orange and blue, I think, on there.
Yes.
Well played.
Who do we have now, Jim?
This
Eco
is the
Illini.
Yeah, the Eco Illini. They're another great group that is figuring out how to use using eco-friendly and new technologies to reduce emissions with transportation. There's a lot of groups here that we've seen in the parade and around that are doing great work there. And when they do that, they're really setting themselves up for success. As we see their car ride coming up here, they're setting themselves up for success because they're really doing project management of how to manage materials, aerodynamics, fuel systems, all the kind of things that you need to have to come up with these new transportation systems and learning it in a way that's going to help them in their careers.
Yeah. Well, sustainability is certainly a key priority of the campus.
Exactly. And the Black Greek Council's coming up. Wonderful organization. Has been on campus for a long, long time, and we love that that they're here.
I think we're going to throw it back to Andrea now. I think she's got another interview.
We're with AOPI live on YouTube. What does it mean to AOPI to be marching this year?
Oh my God, we are so honored, and I love my Illini roots, and I'm just so happy.
How about ILL?
ILL!
Thank you, ladies. AOPI.
Where I am is on first.
Who have we got now, Jim? It looks like we're coming up on the end of the parade.
Who are these lovely people? Oh, I think this is the Smoking Illini, also known as the prosciutto of happiness. Have you seen these guys?
No, I haven't.
I had to look these folks up, but I tell you what, I'm going to keep looking them up and get on their website because I think they make really good smoked food.
Oh, okay.
And they're alums who came back into town 10 or 11 years ago, and they believe in having a good life based on really tasty smoked foods, some good beverages of different kinds, and enjoying life. And they have a heck of a logo, and they know how to make a parade float.
Well, now are they ACES alumni?
I've got more work to do on the I team here, Jen, to figure out who these folks are. And I might just have to stop by at the end of this parade to make sure.
We may have to see if they're tailgating tomorrow and sample some of the wares.
You got that right. And I'll be back later, too, as the football season and basketball moves on. Hey, this is the Salvation Army, and we see them in the ambulance vehicle that they provide that's used for the wonderful canteen run that's in the community here to distribute emergency goods to the homeless in Champaign-Urbana.
They do an incredible job here.
What neighbors, what wonderful neighbors they are.
They are. Now we've got ice cream.
This is the main scoop in Muhammad. They've opened up just within the past year, and I've heard from very good sources in the Muhammad area.
Is that right?
Yes, that
they're endorsing the main scoop.
Yes, they are.
Okay.
They are endorsing the main scoop.
Well, for some of the folks who are watching who haven't been out to Muhammad in a while, the next time they're back in Central Illinois, they really need to drive out there. Because that town it's just beyond charming.
And it shows the growth that the university generates in this East Central Illinois area.
It's
Towns
true.
that weren't quite like they were when we were in school here are really thriving and growing.
Yep, you're absolutely right. We've got the Champaign County Democrats and the Illini Democrats coming up. Oh, Jim. Know who we've got now.
Not to say we saved the best for last, but
I think maybe we saved the best for last.
Hard to argue.
Our own marching Illini.
On a weekend of tradition, this is one wonderful tradition. There with the flags of all the Big Ten schools and about as much pageantry as you could hope for.
I tell you, they're under the direction of the wonderful Barry Hauser,
Yes.
who is just absolutely incredible.
What a wonderful gem and asset for our university.
Yeah, he really is.
And I don't think the band sleeps over homecoming weekend.
I
at
don't
all.
think they do either. I don't think they do
play
either.
constantly. Till late at night, they make it all happen.
They'll be performing here tonight in Grange Grove.
And the crowd is beginning to fill up behind us, Jen.
They are.
We can just feel
They're
it.
starting to move in.
For all the good stuff
the
that's going to
next
be
party.
happening this evening. Yes, the next party. We have kind of a quadruple header to this evening.
We do. I think for so many alumni, when they think back on their college experience, they think back on the marching Illini in some form or fashion.
Oh, they really do. They really do. It brings out our shared experience, and they always sound wonderful.
They do.
And they have so much fun when they're doing it.
I know. They're such a rich tradition with the bands here at Illinois.
Yeah. And I have to tell you personally, Jen, you know, my oldest brother graduated from Illinois in 1965. So when I'm a little kid at home, my mom and dad had a hi-fi LP player, and they would play songs from the Illini. So I've heard these songs since I've been 5 or 6 or 7 years
Oh my
old,
gosh,
and I'm not
that's
the only
wonderful.
one. You know,
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
the only
that's
one by a
true.
long shot.
That's true. Yep, there goes the band. They're headed into Grange Grove. For anyone who's watching at home who's within driving distance, think about coming down here tonight because this party's going to go on for quite a while, and there's going to be a lot to do.
A lot to do and a lot to see.
Hey, Andrea! How many steps did you get in tonight?
I tell you, I got a lot of steps in, but what a great time. What a great parade.
Well,
This is
you were
outstanding.
doing yeoman's work, my dear.
I
You
tell
really
you,
were.
Everybody is so excited, Jen, to be here. I mean, you could just feel it in the air, just
Yeah.
the enthusiasm, especially, this year. So it's very special.
Well, it's hard not to be enthusiastic around Andrea Darlas, that's for sure.
But
you too, Jen.
you got harder and harder for us to find because
Yeah,
you.
we
the-
were trying. We
Marching
were
with
watching.
everybody.
Yes, you started marching and talking, and getting caught up in a really, really special evening, which sounds like a good thing to me.
Yeah, chasing some people down. I was very impressed.
Thank you. And I'm very impressed. As Jim said earlier, nobody does orange and blue better than you. You look so cool right now. God.
Well, I think we should put Andrea on the Amazing Race.
No.
And I'll team up with you, Andrea.
we might win.
We
You
might.
and I would win.
I think we would.
We'd have a great chance, Jen.
All right.
Really. We would represent the Illini, that's for sure.
We would at the very
look good
least
doing
wear
it.
down the competition.
Well, and if you won, we might get you an Alumni Achievement Award of some sort.
I might know a lady who can help you with that. Seriously, Jen. Christy Moss, said it best earlier. You start planning this all year round. So
We will.
This will be at the end of this week, at the end of the celebration. You start for 20.
We'll start. We will.
Do you ever sleep?
Oh.
I mean, the meetings, and the planning that goes into this is outstanding.
Oh, you're a dear
No,
to say
this is-
so, but it is really. We will start planning come Monday. We'll have a debrief on this homecoming, and we'll start planning for 2023
After lunch,
well,
maybe a
yeah.
half day.
Maybe.
you know too, though, Andrew. Jen's team and the folks who
Oh.
work on this, the staff.
Yeah.
The volunteers, all the people who are engaged in making this happen. You couldn't do it without all of them, and they're all great.
No, it's
and
true.
it's just inspiring to see that year in and year out.
And honestly, Jen, and not to pile on, but it's true. You've brought the Alumni Association, first of all, first female president, so props to that for that.
Thank you.
But you've really brought it into the social media age, and with Illini Link, and people are connecting now more than they ever have.
Well, the pandemic kind of forced our hand a little bit too in terms of virtual programs, but we literally have drawn thousands of unique guests to our virtual programs, and I'm so proud of what we're doing. And it doesn't matter where you're at, you can become engaged with Illinois, and I hope everyone will.
I hope so too. We have so many alums in Chicago, throughout the state of Illinois, and across the country.
Yeah.
Boy,
Well,
they're just
around the
everywhere.
globe.
Yeah, everywhere. We're everywhere.
And we're figuring out how to do it better and better. A lot of things that we're doing at the Alumni Association are things that you build upon from one year to the next. You do something, you figure out, you do it better the next time, and we're seeing that literally every year with programming that's got more and more people involved in it, more and more people coming.
Yeah.
And we're just getting started.
Yeah, we
and
are.
I'm just thrilled to see where we are right now. And thrilled seing all these people. It's really getting crowded
I
around
know,
here.
it's really
this
it's
is
fun.
very, very cool. This is very cool.
Boy.
But we're just going to keep it going, aren't we?
We sure are. The party is just getting started.
Just getting started.
Yep.
Just getting started. So
Please come on down and see us. There's tons of stuff to do in Grange Grove. The Alice Campbell Alumni Center. The fountain is orange.
yes,
Balloon
it
ride,
is.
I mean, it's all here. So come on down and join us. We're going to join the fun.
All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up for tonight. Another homecoming parade is in the books. And it's been a joy to be with both of you tonight. So maybe it's not over.
What a party.
I know. Get down here.
Thank you for having us, Jen. This was
Oh,
absolutely
listen, no,
terrific.
thank you
so
guys.
much.
We'll see you next year.
ILL.
INI.